Welcome everyone here to the Smash Sports Show right here on Smash FM here on a Thursday here in Melbourne. Of course, let's go up to our nation's capital and of course speak with the Ainslie Football Club. And of course, what a fantastic season they had, of course, in the AFL Canberra competition. Of course, they won the second grade women's competition as well as, of course, they won the first one and the Rising Star grand finals as well, of course. But we've got a very special guest from the second grade team. Tell us a bit about it. Thanks, Brian, for joining us.
Hi, thank you so much, Will.
No worries. Well, as I mentioned in the intro, what a fantastic season for the women's program there at Ainslie. For you being part of, obviously, one of three of the Premiership teams that won it, how does that sit with you?
Oh, it was an unreal season. We loved it absolutely. From start to finish, we had a lot of ups and downs, but it feels amazing to be part of the winning squad as well, especially for our second grade group, because we had never been in a final before anyway. So that was our first finals series as well as our first premiership.
Tell us a bit about the season, and where do you think the turning point of the season where the team went, okay, we've got something here and we could do something big in the business end of the season?
I don't think we actually thought that until we were coming towards right at the end of the season, when we were like, oh my goodness, this is actually happening. The turning point, I think, for us was we went through quite a few wins at the start of the season. And then we were I can't remember how many losses we had in a row, but we had a few. And we kind of looked at each one of those games and thought, what can we use in these games to improve, and how do we actually play in the future? We started using the games as practice in the teams that we thought we would face in the finals if we got there. And we basically just took each game as it was, but we focused a lot on our teamwork, on our communication, on basically having each other's backs on the field. And it ended up that we had, over the season, so many wins and not that many losses with one draw. And it was just unreal. It was incredible. So I don't know if there was actually a massive turning point, but I think with a couple of those losses sort of midpoint through our journey, we're just like, that's it, girls. We've got to get right under there, play with our hearts and have each other's backs on the field and off the field. And yeah, I don't even know what happened, but we somehow brought it all together and made it into the finals.
Tell us a bit about the final series without mentioning about the grand final.
Well, the final series was incredible. We had, where do we begin? We basically took each game of the final series as, okay, this might be our last game. We're going to go out there and we're going to give it our all. We won our first finals game and we thought, okay, so we obviously have a week off before we go into the next finals game. And we put our heads together. We're like, okay, shall we train? Yes, we trained. We did a little bit of bonding and we came off the other end of our little break, supporting the other teams, of course, and coming through into that second finals game. And I think that playing the first game, we were like, okay, this is our shot at actually making it through to the grand final. This is unreal. We couldn't believe that we won. We were so excited. And yeah, basically we just kept going with the same way that we had been playing throughout the whole season. We cleaned up a couple of our plays on field. And yeah, we had a great time coming into the finals, working together and celebrating the little wins as we went through.
How was it like? And especially, was there a particular moment in the grand final that you felt comfortable enough to enjoy the moment knowing that you won the premiership?
I don't think in a game of footy, especially in our division, there is any time that you feel comfortable enough, because everything can change in a split second. But the grand final, the day started like any other day of footy, that is. We went out there, we had a team chat, had our game review of this is what we want to do, this is how we're going to play. Whether we win, whether we lose, it's been an amazing season. But we went out there with obviously a mindset of work hard, get the ball, be each other's teammates, and let's just get to the end of the game. But we went quarter by quarter, as you do in every game, and you assess, you reassess, and basically from each quarter, we kind of, I don't know, just built our energy and the love of the game, obviously. And we loved having a crowd there supporting us. But the energy of the day was really, really awesome. And running out there with our friends, with our teammates, it was a really special experience. Like I said earlier, first time into the finals, and obviously making it to the grand final was the penultimate reward, the cherry on top. And then actually winning the grand final was like it. There was no point in the game that we were like, okay, clearly we're going to win this. Well, for me at least, it wasn't like that. For others, they might have been, but I think that until you get to like the sort of final, maybe 10 minutes or so, you're kind of in it still, and you kind of can't let your foot off the pedal. Otherwise, there's a very big chance that your opponent's going to get out there in front of you and kick a couple of goals. So then we won, and it was just unreal. Like, it kind of took us a second to realize that we'd actually won a premiership. And yeah, everyone was just running around celebrating, having the best time. And it was, I still don't even know how I felt straight after that game. It was just like complete excitement and happiness, I guess.
When the siren sounded, where was the ball at the time? And was it a relief or a celebration?
It was definitely a celebration. I can't remember where the ball was. It was somewhere on the field. But it was definitely a celebration. The scoreline was big enough. There was a big enough difference to be like, yep, okay, we're in.
So who got to hold the cup first?
Oh, who was it? I think it might have been me. It was either me or our coach.
How good was it hold the cup first before your teammates swarmed onto you?
I'm very much not I don't know, I feel very awkward in front of people. So holding the cup in front of everyone was obviously exciting because we'd won a premiership, but I'm very much more of like a celebrate with the team, and it was not my cup, it was everyone's cup. So being able to share it around at the end was the best part of it. Like, we were up there on the stage, and it was me and our coaches, our coach and assistant coach, and obviously getting to hold the cup up. But then when your teammates get to come up on the stage with you and share that moment, it's actually like probably the most special part of it.
You mentioned that, when your teammates swarmed onto you on stage, were you worried that you were going to get crushed by your teammates, or were you going to worry that you were going to drop the cup?
Look, I don't think I had a pretty solid hold on it, so I don't think that was going to be an issue. But some of the girls are pretty nice and big and strong, so I was just waiting for my moment up in the air when one of them, might lift me up, but it never happened.
Oh.
I know. No, I'm kidding. But no, it was unreal. So then running onto the stage, obviously everyone's jumping up on top of everyone, and there were hugs and excited cheers and all that sort of stuff. And we shared the cup around a little bit. So everyone got a hold, everyone got a kiss, everyone got to have a bit of a drink from it too. So yeah, there was no crushing, luckily, and no dropping of the cup.
Well, you've just almost answered my next question I was going to ask as well. For you, did you get the kiss on the cup? I'm assuming that's yes, based off that previous answer.
We definitely all kissed it.
I guess how good was it to kiss the cup, especially the achievement that the team had throughout the season?
Oh, I could not believe. I think it's just a really special moment having that significant trophy in front of you and in your hands after such a hard-fought season, and not knowing whether you believed in the final series happening for your team and yourself. But when it does happen, it's just like an unreal feeling, and you kind of, I don't know, it's like the prize and the reward after all of that hard work. And I don't know, it was just a very exciting out-of-body experience that you kind of just like, oh my God, this is happening to me, and this is happening to my team. And we've had so many special people come through our team this year and every other year. So many great coaches and support staff. And it wasn't just the girls that were on the field, it was for them as well. So it was really special to be able to share it with everyone that came before us and our team, and hopefully lots of people to come after us as well.
The medal as well. How long did you wear your medal around your neck, and did you sleep with it? Be honest.
I did not sleep with it. It was next to my bed though, very close. And it is still up on my wall in the bedroom, very easily seen. And I probably wore it on and off. To be honest, I did take it off for work when I went in for the second day. The first day it was with me, obviously, but I took it off probably 2 days, I'm going to say, after we got it.
Now you got your medal around your neck there. Did you get a chance to bite on your medal, and is it real gold?
Look, I think it would chip the tooth. It was real gold. Is that not right? So I didn't chip a tooth, and I think that means that it's not actually real gold. But there was a bite on the day.
Oh, that's good. That's good. And what does that premiership medal mean to you now?
Well, it means happy memories, good friendships, and a whole lot of hard work.
One question I have never asked the premiership teams I've had on the show, but I'm going to ask you this. Because now there's a lot of memories for winning the premiership this year in 2023. We're hoping to do it again next year. But are you excited about like the premiership reunions that's going to happen in like the years to come?
I absolutely am excited about the premiership reunions. I think that they're a really special part of the club. I know that Ainslie puts a lot of work and effort into collecting their past and present players, celebrating their achievements, and making sure that the club can appreciate all of the achievements that have happened in the past. I think that having been a part of the club for the past number of years and being able to win a premiership with the girls that are playing currently, it's a really special group of people to be around, whether it's the coaches, support staff, or the players. And so in the future, whenever it happens, whether it's 1, 5, 10 years from now or 20, who knows, probably even 50, but coming together again with the girls that have played with me and together for a number of years, all those who have just joined the club, I think it'll be a really special reminder of something that we achieved together and something that I'm pretty sure everyone is still excited about and everyone's still celebrating, obviously. We've just started our pre-season and the premiership pump is still very on the mind.
Let's talk a bit about your football journey. Where did it all start and why did you choose it?
Well, I'm going to say peer pressured into playing footy. I was coaching some footy girls in Melbourne and in the gym, not on the footy field. Oh. Which then turned on to some strength and conditioning for some footy girls on the field. And first of all, I had no idea what it was like to play a game of footy. And so I didn't know exactly how they were feeling mentally, physically. Obviously, I know that like from being a coach of strength and conditioning, I kind of understand the science of it and what's required as a player. But then actually having the feeling of being that player, I had no idea and felt it was a little bit harder to relate to the girls I was coaching. So one of the reasons I started playing was to understand them a little bit better, but also everyone that I was coaching was like, Brian, you should play. It's the best game ever. You'll never look back. It's like the best decision you make in your life. And so I secretly went off and joined a team that none of them would play against or played in. And so I could get onto the field and not feel like an idiot, not knowing how to play and being very uncoordinated with the ball. So that was in 2017. And so then that's where the journey started, and it's definitely become better and more trustworthy with the old ball skills since then. But yeah, it was a really cool year. It was really fun.
I'm going to ask you this, considering you're from that you started down here in Melbourne. Which club would that be?
It was the old Campbell Grammarians.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, down in where is it? In Baldwin?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Yeah, okay. I know the club you're talking about now. Yes.
Yeah, and that was our first year in the women's crew in BAFA. So that was exciting. First comp for them. And we actually ended up winning a premiership that year too. So
That's right.
that's very exciting. Yeah.
Now, obviously, you're up in Canberra. Obviously, you've played for a club who obviously won a premiership in the first year that you got involved. Which one's more special? The one that you are winning there in Canberra or the one down here in Melbourne?
100% the one in Canberra. I'm sorry to all of those girls that were in that team in Melbourne. But oh my goodness, I've been playing for Ainslie since 2018 and having the relationship. So I played for that club in Melbourne for 1 year, but in Canberra for what, like 6 years. And so it's almost like it's not even comparable. So the relationships that I've formed and the friendships and everything that have blossomed, I guess, in our club in Canberra are so special and have lasted for so many years. So playing for that number of years in Canberra, working with the coaches, developing, and like I can see a very clear improvement and trajectory into like not being terrible, still not being great, but not being the worst on the field. That's all happened in Canberra, and it's been a pretty amazing thing to meet and see so many people that have come and played for our team, and going from community grade into senior squad. So this is the inaugural season of our second grade being in the senior squad. So being in that change as well, and going from never ever winning a game and being beaten by over 100 points into winning a premiership has been super special.
What position do you play on the field? And if you're a dream position, we'd love to convince your coaches to put you, where that be?
Well, I currently play midfield, and I don't know if I actually have a dream position, but I've enjoyed playing the midfield and also I've enjoyed the wing. However, I think that our current wingers are amazing, and I would never want to take their job because I would be way worse at it. And I can't really kick goals, so like I've gotten like one goal this season, which is, I mean, nudie runners off. Didn't need to do that. But yeah, like I'm terrible at doing that. So forward line is probably out. And look, I don't know. I'm not the most fierce player on the field, so I don't know if you want me in your back line, but communication in all lines is important. And yeah, I can run all day. So I think I love playing in my position, and I really enjoy every game. And you get to like midfield is unreal. Like obviously you have to run a lot and you have a lot of work to do, but coming in and connecting the little dots and connecting forwards and backs, and being that middle of the field connection is pretty fun.
So what does the sport of footy mean to you, especially playing for Ainslie?
I think it means, well, quite a few things, but I think the most important thing is community connection and meeting people that you never would have met if you didn't play footy. So we have so many people from all walks of life, and it's so incredible how many people actually have the want, the desire, and the ability to play footy. And in Canberra, you have a lot of people coming in for jobs, and they're coming in for uni or whatever it is. They're coming in for a couple of years, they out of here. And it's actually pretty special being able to be a part of the Canberra journey and the Canberra community, I guess. But I don't know, footy is just like automatic friends, great vibes. You're showing up every week, you're showing up for yourself and for your teammates as well. So it's all about accountability and being there not just for yourself, but for others. And also for giving back. I think it's really important to give back to your community and all of the time and effort that your volunteer coaches put into your development and success. I think it's really special being able to put that into either another team, your teammates, or even like giving your coach a hand on the weekends or sweeping out the sheds or whatever it is. It's a real community sport, and it's a really great team sport where like you're only able to play footy because you have a number of other girls that want to play footy as well. Otherwise you wouldn't have a team. So it's not just about you, it's about everyone else as well.
It will be your advice to people that should head down to the defending champs in Ainslie for next season?
Well, currently we always love new players, but coming into a new season, we absolutely want new players. And I think that the biggest and best thing that you can do is just show up to a training session. It doesn't matter how good you are, how much running you've done, if you've ever touched a Sharon. But the main thing is that you do something for yourself and you get out on that field, and you instantly make like 30 different friends. They all want to know your name. You never remember any of their names, but that's okay. It's so hard remembering a team of girls' names. But yeah, it's the best thing that you can do is show up to a training session and just go in there with an open mind.
We'll finish with some light-hearted questions, which is who's the comedian, the best singer, and into their TikTok/BeReal?
We have some unreal singers. I think one of our girls, Goose, she does have a voice on her. She also has a great mullet at the time. So she is a pop star in all ways. All of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Nah, we have a couple of girls that are really, really funny. Goose again, definitely number one. But I think everyone has their own personality. We have a couple of girls that are very funny, very loud, and very outspoken. However, everyone loves a laugh, and everyone doesn't mind making a fool of themselves either. So when the time comes, anyone on there is a comedian, and it's great.
Do you have a pre-game superstition or ritual?
Oh, not myself, except I always eat the same thing and I always have the same double shot coffee. So it's always the same thing in the morning. Other than that, I've been trying to think of other girl superstitions, but I can't actually think of it. And it feels like the season was 10 years ago now, being like 2 months.
Yeah.
It's the grand final. And I've been trying to think of some of the girls' pre-game superstitions, but I was always eating toast and 2 eggs before the game with a double shot coffee.
Yes.
But yeah, that's about it.
Any good nicknames in the team we should know about?
I mean, there are definitely funny ones. You definitely get like your standard footy team nicknames, but not that no outstanding, massively funny nicknames that I can think of right now. You put me on the spot.
The first one is, who had the most embarrassing moment on the field this past season on your team? And the second part of that question is, did the team have a fine system? And if so, who copped the most fines?
Oh my goodness, who did? Well, first part of that question is probably my most embarrassing moment, when I kicked the ball the opposite way to what I should have been kicking. And it was a massive kick into their forward line. They didn't get a goal from it, but it was very close. And I know, it was terrible. And it was like the most beautiful kick out of the pack. And I was like, oh my goodness, it is the wrong way. Anyway, I got fined for that too. And yes, we do have a fine system. I reckon there were a couple of girls that got the most fines. However, the most expensive fine was from locking our assistant coach for the first grade team in the oval. And they had to call the fireys to get him out of the oval. So that was the funniest one. Luckily, the fire station is right next to the oval. Like, it's literally across the parking lot. But they called the fireys to get him out because no one had keys. So that's like the funniest, most expensive fine. But there were so many girls that mucked up like every weekend, whether it was on the field or like out in the town. I don't mind, but it was, the fines were pouring in.
Sorry, I've got to finish with this last one. That's the best one I've ever heard. So, how did that happen? How did your assistant coach get locked in?
To be honest, I don't know whose fault it was, but there were 2 girls having a kick with him, once training had finished. And yeah, they thought that the coast was clear, that everyone was out. They locked the padlock and they turned off all the lights and everything, and they just didn't realize that he was still in the fence. And so, yeah, they tried to get him out. They tried like climbing over the fence, or there was like a video that went around the kennels as well. So it was great. We all got to enjoy it. But yeah, they tried a lot of things to get him out, and yeah, the Fireys were the best option. I'm pretty sure they got their ladder up over the fence.
Oh dear. Okay. Oh, that's the best answer I've ever heard from that
It
answer.
was
So that
funny.
was fair. That was amazing.
It was funny. I'm pretty sure the fine was like close to $30.
Oh, but Rowan, thank you so much for giving up your time to join us, especially sharing the amazing premiership success of the second grade team. Well deserved. And hopefully I'll be up in Canberra next season. Hopefully get to come down to one of your games next year, try to defend a premiership in 2024 and hopefully make it back to back.
I hope so. And thank you so much for the chat, Will. It was great being here.
No worries. And that's Brian King there joining us. Of course, the Ainslie Football Club, second grade women's premiership player there. Of course, a captain as well. Of course, you want to get involved with the best team in Canberra at the moment. Of course, that's the Ainslie Football Club. We'll put all the details up on how you can get involved in footy. There's more on the Smash Sports Show right after this. Don't go away here on the 10th year celebration.